Imagine waking up tomorrow and discovering that one simple rule of the universe has changed. What if death disappeared? You are no longer destined to grow old. The wrinkles on your face will never appear. Your muscles will never weaken. Your memories will never fade because of age. The slow process that has controlled every human life since the beginning of civilization has suddenly disappeared. For the first time in history, humanity has escaped the one enemy it could never defeat: time. What if humans could live forever? At first, it would feel like a miracle, a gift from the universe itself. You would wake up every morning knowing that your life has no ending. You would no longer have to count the years left before your dreams become impossible. There would be no more fear of getting too old. No more regret about the things you never had enough time to do. You could spend 50 years learning a new language, another 50 years mastering a musical instrument, 100 years studying the mysteries of science. You could become an artist, a scientist, an explorer, and a historian all within the same lifetime. The limits that once defined human existence would disappear. But forever is not just a long time. It is a different kind of existence. One where relationships would change forever. If nobody dies, how do we say goodbye? Would we still cherish the time we have together? Would love still feel the same? Or would forever turn love into something thin? What about the ones you leave behind? In a world with no end, every parting becomes a different kind of pain. Because you might never see them again, but you will never stop remembering them. But would you still be you after 1,000 years? The person you are today might become a stranger to your future self. Would you still love the same music, the same food, the same places? Or would everything you once adored slowly turn into dust? Forever means you will outlive every building, every city, every nation. You will watch mountains rise and fall. Oceans will dry up and new ones will be born. And you will be there, watching, always watching. But what is a witness without a story to tell? You would become a living archive of everything that ever was. But archives are cold. Can you still feel warmth? You might meet someone new, love them, and then watch them age, while you remain exactly the same. Would that be a blessing or a curse? You would have to learn to let go again and again, because everyone you hold dear will eventually leave, and you will be left with only memories. Memories that will fade and distort over centuries, until you are not sure what really happened. Is that still living or just existing? Would you still pursue your dreams knowing you have forever? Or would procrastination become the new eternity? Without urgency, what would drive you forward? Maybe you would become a master of everything, but an expert in nothing, because you can always start over tomorrow. But what if tomorrow never comes? Oh wait, it always comes now. The very concept of last chance would vanish. And with it, the beauty of a final goodbye. Would you still treasure the sunset if you knew you'd see a million more? Or would it just become background noise? You might decide to travel the entire world. Every mountain, every desert, every island. But after a few centuries, would anywhere still feel new? The thrill of discovery would fade. And you would long for the feeling of not knowing. But mystery is a luxury for the mortal. You would know the answer to everything eventually. And knowledge without wonder is just data. Would you still ask why? Or would you just accept everything as it is? You might become a teacher, passing on your endless knowledge. But would anyone want to learn from someone who has seen it all? Wisdom without empathy is just cold advice. Can you still feel what others feel after so long? Or have you become a statue of your former self? Forever would test your patience like nothing else. Waiting would become your full-time occupation. You would wait for rain, for spring, for a friend's return. But some things never come back. And you would have to learn to live with that forever. Society would change. Families would become sprawling dynasties. Generations would overlap in confusing ways. Who would be the parent, the child, the grandchild? Titles and roles would lose their meaning. You might outlive your own children, and their children, and theirs. Would you still call them family? Or would family become just another word? You would witness the birth of new traditions and the death of old ones. But would you still celebrate anything? Celebration requires the rarity of time. You might decide to write your memoirs. But where would you begin, and where would you end? Your story would have no arc, no climax, no resolution. It would be a flat line, stretching into nothing. But maybe that's okay. Maybe peace is found in the flat line. No more highs, no more lows. Just being. But is that living, or is that just lasting? Maybe you would choose to forget. To wipe clean the slate and start fresh, like a new child. But can you truly forget when forever is your witness? You would ask yourself, what is the point of all this? If there is no finish line, why run the race? Maybe the answer is not in the destination, but in the movement itself. Even if the road never ends, each step is still a choice. And choice is what makes you human. So even in forever, you can still decide who you want to be. You can change, evolve, transform. Forever doesn't have to be a cage, it can be a garden. You just have to keep planting seeds. And every seed is a new possibility. You might find joy in the smallest things. A drop of dew, a ray of light, a child's laugh. Because in forever, the ordinary becomes extraordinary. You would learn to see the universe in a single grain of sand, and that might be enough. But what about the ones who don't have forever? Would you feel guilty for your gift? Or would you try to share it, even if you can't? The burden of immortality is not for the faint of heart. But you chose it, didn't you? Or did you? Maybe you didn't get to choose. Maybe it just happened. And now you have to live with the consequences. Forever is not a reward, it's a responsibility. To remember, to witness, to care. Even when everyone else forgets. You become the memory keeper of the world. And that is a noble thing. But nobility can be lonely. You would long for someone who remembers with you, but they always fade. So you learn to be your own companion. You talk to yourself, tell stories to yourself. After all, you are the only one who has been there from the start. But the start is so far away now. You can barely remember it. Was it real, or did you imagine it? In forever, reality and dream blur. You might start to wonder if you are still alive. But the sun still rises, and you still open your eyes. So you keep going. Because that is what you do. And maybe, just maybe, you will find others like you. Not many, but a few. And in that shared eternity, you find a new kind of family. Not bound by blood, but by time. And you realize you are not alone. Forever becomes a shared journey, not a solitary sentence. And you think, maybe this is what it was always meant to be. Not an escape from death, but an embrace of existence. So you live, truly live, because forever is not a curse. It's a chance to love again and again.